Hello, my name is Enuel Suarez, and I'm a native of Bolivia.
Hi, my name is Lisa Suarez and I am from Canada.
I went to Canada in 1990 and I married there.
Annabelle and I have been married for 30 years and we have 4 daughters. I am an elementary school teacher and I have worked with children for many years. Annabelle and I were commended from Southdale Bible Chapel to the work in Bolivia in 1992.
Greeting from Bolivia. Right now, Bolivia is hot and humid, especially here in Santa Cruz. We have a lot of wildfire, and we are praying for rain to stop and to put out those fires. Second, Secondly, we want to share with you what we have been doing in the quarantine in all those months that was hard and difficult here in Santa Cruz. Well, back around October, we have an election strike the last 21 days. The road was closed everywhere, and it was impossible to leave the house. The transportation of food was not reaching the cities due to the blockade. There were even a few dead in the city due to the anger and rioting. The people were not in accordance with the election, and they believed that it was fraudulent. They were afraid of the new leader, believing that he will be a dictator over them. Due to the chaos and temporary government was established, Yanine Áñez became a new president until the new election took place. The election was supposed to take place the early 2020, but it kept getting postponed until 18 of October 2020. In March, of 220, we were caught off guard with the COVID-19 pandemic. After getting through the turmoil of tense political situation, we were now facing a new obstacle in life. Through the news, we learned that the number of cases were rising. Prior to this event, I was able to travel in order to teach and work on the small boat that will be used for a full-time ministry in the remote villages along the river by the missionary family. Also, I was able to interview the potential missionary family while I was in Guayaramín. Anyway, after a few months into the pandemic, we remained at home due to the quarantine. We had two brothers living close by who offered to bring groceries to our home. There was a great help. Soon the pandemic escalated, and it was a really bad in some places, especially in areas that has no letter access to medicine. In these cities, town, people began dying as flies. This include a few of my family members and a numbers of other Christian brothers, including the captain of the boat. In the middle of this situation, I received a phone call from one of the doctors that used to go with us in the boat trip. She said that she need urgent help. After praying that evening, the Lord put in my heart to write a letter to our supporters. The Lord moved them, and He provided above and beyond our expectation through them. All of the funds directed toward medical assistance to COVID-19 patients unable to us to send medication, biosecurity suits for doctors, medical equipment, food for the most needed, leaders, and church people, and some they need to pay the doctor bill. And finally, some mission programs were ongoing throughout the entire pandemic. All of this need was purchased through the internet and delivered directly to our house. Also, the food was delivered directly to those in need. During the pandemic, we were never bored. Even though we couldn't leave the house, we made phone calls to people, encouraged to them, share the gospel, and arrange food and medication orders. The only problem we encountered as the prices for food and medication escalate. Also, we didn't have a large variety of this need available to purchase. The price of groceries went up and the medication prices went even higher. One bottle of vitamin C costs $100, and that was if you couldn't find it. Well, in spite of everything, the Lord never failed. We always had more than enough for everything. Here is one of the many stories that I like to share with you. It was close to midnight when I received a phone call from a brother here in Santa Cruz. He told me that he was dying with COVID-19 and he need some medicine to buy urgent that night. So he didn't have money. He told me that he was dying from COVID-19 and he needs some money to buy medication because he was not sure that he could survive overnight. His nephew came and got the money and buy the medication for him. Today he is well and out of danger. Since the invention of Zoom, we are able to participate in meeting, even to celebrate communion with our own assembly in Canada. Also, we have church services with other brothers here, and even our own assembly here. The problem is that most of the brothers and sisters here find it very hard to remain connected because they only have cell phone. They do not have a computer with the Wi-Fi. We like to update and leave you with these two main projects that I'd like you to pray for. The first one is the full-time boat ministry. Has been running now for 15 years since we start traveling the Amazon basin and visiting villages along the Amazon River. We have seen so many people to come to the Lord, and some of them get baptized. We have seen some of them the next year, but other we have never seen again. They left town to find work or to take it to the children to the school. It was our dream and desire that one day we'll have a full-time Bolivian missionary in the future. This missionary will be in charge of discipling them, helping them to grow, teaching some song, and teaching the Bible as well. For that purpose, we built a new boat. We think the time has arrived now. We have the boat, and we have two potential missionaries as well. Praise God for that. The plan is to travel all year around, even in shallow water. We have two potential couples with great interest in going. And we have two national churches as well willing to support them. Praise God. So now it's time to launch this new project. Instead of going once a year, this couple will be there all year around, visiting one village for 2 or 3 weeks at a time, and then move on to the next one. This will be until a small group can meet together and they have their own place to sing and pray. Then the couple will move on to the next village to continue on. Later, the missionary will return to that village to encourage them, to see them they grow, and until the church is established there. We take this example from Paul's journey, missionary journey in the Bible. It's so wonderful. It gives us a pattern to learn from. So, please pray for the people in the villages, so the Lord will open their heart to the gospel. Pray us also for the couple, the brother and sister who will go, so they can endure hardship while working down there for the Lord. Pray as well for the financial support that they need months after months. Pray that these churches will keep or will be faithful to their commitment. The next project that I like to share is now we want to open a mechanical shop for motorcycles in Guayara in order to support the maintenance and fuel expensive of this new boat. Also will provide work for the boat crew and will assist to those Christians who had suffered and lost their job due to the pandemic. Due to this COVID-19 pandemic, many people have lost their job. That was the only source to support their family, the only income that they have. In regard to this, we have this idea to open this mechanical part shop to help them to support their families first and later on the ministry. In order to get ready for that, I plan to take my own personal tools so they can start this shop and see how the Lord is bringing clients to this shop or bringing other ideas. The mechanic also knows how to repair chainsaw and lawn motors. We would like to start this project with 3 mechanicals in the shop. So I'd like you to pray for this, that the Lord will show us if it's the right way to support them or to help them. Also, we plan to sell some motorcycle parts there. We expect to open this at the end of November or at beginning of December of this year. For that reason, I plan to go to Guayara in the middle of November to open this shop. I am sending the tools by land, so I have them there when I plan to arrive just the last week of November. So I leave you with this final prayer request. First, pray for the right people to help out in this shop. Secondly, pray for mercy and goodness during the trouble, because the pandemic is still, but the Lord can keep us and protect as well. Pray for our health, that the Lord will keep us to fulfill His goodness. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for having us or being a part of this great project that we have for the future, to serve the Lord first and to help others as well. Goodbye.